Welcome back to episode 4 of Breaking Point 2, gang. We are at episode 4, but this is actually chapter 7 in the actual story mode. So we were as Devin Butler last. Well, firstly, we won the F2 championship with Kelly, so that was pretty awesome. And then we won the opening race of the 23 season at Bahrain with Devin here. And what an amazing race that was. It just fell into our lap right after that pit stop, basically. And so that was really good. And then a little bit odd in the story, Devin seemed a little bit like nonchalant, like not here. He's either not here or there's something going wrong with his hearing, potentially. That could lead to questions about why he asked, or why he was so adamant that the team radio never happened last year as well. Remember that? That was a thing as well. So I guess we'll find out more as we get on in the story. I hope we do anyway, because either that or he's just that arrogant and rude. The socials, I think we caught up with everything here. Ackerman's clearly hard at work. Devin Butler's on fire. I'm pretty sure we caught up with most of this. Let's go to the next chapter and see what we're about to get. The Australian Grand Prix. Ooh, home Grand Prix for me anyway, that is. And also the new changes to the Australian track. Okay, so news off the bat. We'll get a phone call here, no doubt. F2 superstar Kelly Mayer catching up with the champion. Her monumental win in F2 last season has left many wondering just what's next for Kelly Mayer. I definitely achieved what I set out to do in F2, perhaps a little too quickly, she replies when pressed on the matter. Just because I'm not visibly on track this season doesn't mean I'm not driving. I'm busier than ever. Okay, and lots there. You can sort of pause it and read that if you'd like to read that. Connor Sport, a bright turnaround at Connor Sport. Ackerman works his magic. All points to the fact that Connor Sport seems like a brand new team this season. Once again, I'll pause that and you can sort of read through it if you want to. Or you can pause it. I mean, I'm not going to pause it. You can pause it and read through it. Albert, I look at in 22's Albert Park track update. So that's the track we're at now. Albert Park is the one in Australia, down in Melbourne. All right, socials, we'll check here. So good to see Ackerman back, as cool, calm and collected as ever. Yeah, okay, cool. We don't need to really see that. And emails, check these. Can you come, Phil Paget, can you come down to the garage early? Aiden and Devin, everything's running perfectly, but we've had to make some last minute tweaks to the transmission. Should squeeze a little more performance out of it, but I'd love you down in the garage so we can go through with both of you face to face. Cool. Okay, boys, we've had a great start to the season, but now as always, risky part. Let's keep the energy up. That's from Casper. Kay Henderson, the Yarra Valley private tour is booked and confirmed. Yarra Valley is a place down in Melbourne, in Victoria. I've put the details in your diary, but you'll be picked up from the hotel at 8 AM Monday. Wonder if they're going to... Also, Nigel Mansell's driving gloves have finally arrived. The auction house... So, if you didn't remember, Aiden Jackson put in a bid for Nigel Mansell's gloves in the auction, and it didn't come through. He didn't get it. However, Kay has just informed Devin that the Nigel Mansell driving gloves have finally arrived. The auction house were extremely apologetic about the delay. I forgot that auction even happened. It was so long ago. I'm not sure where you want me to put them. So the actual... bidding came down to Aiden Jackson and Devin Butler, and Devin Butler outbid Aiden Jackson for the gloves. So that's classic. I almost forgot I've had 2 calls from a private clinic mention something about an appointment you booked but won't talk to me about it. Do you know anything about this, and if so, can you call them? Oh, I almost forgot I've had 2 calls from a new private clinic. Right, so something's afoot, and I don't mean literally in the sense of a foot. I mean figuratively afoot. I mean literally something's an ear. Okay, something's going on. Let's go to the race and see what happens then, eh? What is that?
Butler, good pace here down the straight. Into the corner we go. That's a little too late, and he nearly goes off the track on the exit. And is that a lapse in concentration?
I think just a little bit of desperate driving there, Crofty. He's pushing way too hard. I mean, there's nobody else around him at this stage.
Okay, Devon, we're going to have to ease off from the brakes.
He can't hear what's going on.
Brakes don't feel right. Okay, we'll have a look at it, but you're going to see a drop-off in performance, I'm afraid. What? Why? We've asked you to take it easy on the last lap, but pushing has made the issue even worse. So we're just going to have to live with it for now. What are you talking about? Listen, just do what you can, please, Devon. Come on.
Right, well. There we go. That's sort of confirming what I'm thinking, that Devon's got a bit of a hearing issue, so we're going to have to keep our ears to the ground on that one. Pardon the pun. Right, the car feels horrible, by the way. The car that we drove at Bahrain to win that race feels like night and day compared to this. Objective. Hold on to as many positions as we can. Right, well, it'd be nice if we could stay in the points. We are 9th. Oh, crap. And Sainz is about to just walk past us, is he? Finish ahead of Aiden Jackson is the bonus. I don't want to use the overtake just yet if I don't have to. Sainz is definitely going to get us here. We've got to watch out for Gasly as well. Sorry, Gasly, but fair's fair. You actually moved across my braking zone just then. So I had to do something to get that back. I am Devon Butler after all. Right, where's Aiden? Oh my god, Aiden's just down the road.
You're in the top 10 now. Keep it up.
We were always in the top 10, buddy. We just lost the place. Alright, we'll keep the inside line here.
Okay, the gap behind is 1.
Yeah, so braking feels bad, aero feels bad, acceleration feels bad, the front end's washing out, everything just feels clunky, heavy, horrible with this car. Let's just keep it pointed in the right direction. We've got 4 more laps to do this. This is going to be tough. Right, there goes Gasly. Oh no, not just yet. I was going to use Gasly to tull us down, but we might just give him a bit of room there. The more we fight Gasly, the more Jackson and Piastri are going to catch us, but I kind of don't want to lose the points here. I'm wondering if the smartest thing here would be to let Gasly through and use him as a tow. Really easy to spin out on that corner. We might forego the ERS here. We might just try and use Gasly to pull us along a little bit.
Lost a position. That's us down a place. That's just 5 laps of fuel remaining.
I'm just concentrating through this tight section. It's really hard. The slower corners are really hard to get traction down without losing the rear end. Hopefully we can get DRS here. I'm just going to call the ERS overtake button from now on. We didn't even get the overtake then. Alright, let's see if we can climb on the back of him a little bit. Use a bit of curb. Use a bit of overtake. He's just walking away from us. That was a mistake. I don't know how we're going to keep up with him for the next car feels horrible everywhere. I cannot get the power down. I can just feel the rear end like loosening out if I even try.
1 second.
Corners where I know that I should be able to get the power down, I just can't. Oh, this is going to be hard to hold. I don't want to squabble with Piastri here, but he's our kind of buffer with Aiden. He's going to get us here anyway. Use a bit of overtake. We don't have a lot of it left. I've just got to stay in front for as long as I can from these guys. Look at that. They are all over me. That's all right. That was clean. The car's so bad. Right. We'll have... Oh, actually, we dropped them off a little bit. So we've got a bit of a breather, so we've got to hold on for this lap, and then one more. And the good thing is we haven't had to use the overtake button to do this so far.
Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps.
Oh, I tell you what, that's so good though. We've gone really deep there. Piastri, that's a bold move, bro. I need these guys behind to start squabbling a little bit. Look how much we've lost on Gasly. They're already 5-6 seconds up the road. Come on, no, that's Aiden just there. Oh no, it's Piastri, it's the homeboy. We kept it respectful, we left a lot of room for Piastri then to avoid the contact. I'm just having this car, I'm having to take like gear changes and not what I would normally do just to get this thing porpoised around the corner. Well, not porpoised, but get it just around the corner anyway. Alright, last lap here, we're down to next to no ERS. Next to no overtake here. Got a good exit there. If we can just hang on into the braking zone here. Push Piastri out wide. Get the car rotated into the next gear. Down into the left-hander. Into a fast right sweeper here. Just a slight lift on the throttle, especially in this car. It's more than slight.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trading the car
back a few gears, dip it in.
9.2 seconds.
Lot of curve on the outside back there. Holding it tight around here. Hit the overtake button now. We're going to need it. I don't mind losing to Piastri. It's Jackson that we got to keep behind us.
Fuel remaining now.
And we could still even hold Piastri out here. We're doing well to hang on, gang. Keep it in the middle of the road. That's called parking the bus. We absolutely parked the bus on that one. Now, one of the hardest corners to get traction out of and not rotate the car fully around is this one right here. The last corner. And across the line to hang on for the objective. Woohoo! Oh boy!
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Yeah, unfortunately, finishing position, we could not finish ahead of in the points. They were way too quick. Gasly and Sainz were way too quick for us.
This isn't the first time we've seen Devin Butler go rogue, but the question is, what are Connor Sport going to do about
actually.
Well, it's really hard, as we've seen so many times before, Crofty, in the past. So hard to control your drivers. In a way, they're their own entity, but on the top of it, they're working for the team, and that's what you want. very hard situation to manage.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
And working for the team, Casper Ackermann wanted to make a clean break for this year. This does feel, though, that it's something that they might have had to have dealt with last season.
It's really not what they wanted. A repeat of what happened in the past, and you cannot let it go on. It can't continue. They're just damaging the reputation of the team and their own reputation as well. They have to sort it out. I'm sure they'll be having words.
Okay, Anthony, thanks.
So it's all changed here in Australia, and as the teams acclimatised to their new standings, so will we.
All right, finally I can get a word in.
The drivers are en route to the podium.
We don't need to say this. It is going to be interesting what the team actually has to say here. Oh, here we go. We've got an interview right now.
Now, Devon, you didn't respond to a team order today. In Hungary last season, you said it was a comms issue, but Corsair claimed they didn't know what that issue was. So, are they hiding something? What's really going on here?
I'm not going to fuel any speculation. Mistakes sometimes happen. It was another Corsair tech issue. I'm just going to go with level 4 one just here.
Look, anything I say is going to be taken out of context. So I'd rather not fuel that kind of speculation. I'll debrief the team, and we'll figure out how we can stop it happening again. That's all there is to it.
Devon, you finished the race with a compromised car today. What was that like for you?
I did what I could, but but what am I supposed to do? That sounds like Devon. It was tough out there. It was pretty straightforward. No, that's ridiculous. I'm going to say I did what I could, but what am I supposed to do?
I did what I could in the circumstances, but you know what? I really need a car that I can push without worrying that I'm going to break something. So if the team can't give me a car like that, what am I supposed to do?
Now, some have been saying that you do get preferential treatment because your father funds the team. What do you say to those allegations?
I actually think he prefers Aiden. It's practical for the team to prioritize their best driver. My father's money has no bearing on my natural talents. Oh, that's pretty good. I love preferential treatment. I think I want to go with the left-hand side. Let me know what you would have gone in the comment section below. I think I want to go with this one here. It's practical for the team to prioritize their best driver. That sounds like a Devon thing to say. I don't want to really say anything about my father's money, even though it says has no bearing on my natural talents. Well, actually, it's a toss between these two. It is. My father's money has no bearing on my natural talents. Oh, it's practical for a team to prioritize their best driver. You know what? I'm going to go this one. I'm going to go the bottom one.
That always strikes me as really odd, like as if the only reason that I'm fast on the track is because my dad funds the team. You know, how is that an explanation? It's ridiculous.
So how do you expect Corsair to perform this season based on your performance so far?
I'm just gonna go middle of the road here. If the car behaves itself, we can do well.
They got me, haven't they? So yeah, I expect us to do pretty well. If they can sort out the car this time around, I'll get them all the points their little hearts desire.
Thank you so much for your time.
Right, with that done, that's the questioning part over. We'll see what the team have to say now. This will be the interesting part. I'd like to hear what's going on in this. Here we go. Casper's at the helm now.
Could you take a look at this, please?
While some teams had to put in overtime to make it work, it looks like the early returns on this year's car prove that they were able to make strides during developments. Last year's mid-season upgrades also turned out to reduce required development of certain components this year, so it was a worthwhile exercise. There has been some positive press attention surrounding our savvy decision making last year. Okay, cool. Devon refused to comment on what happened out there today. Speculation is rife. What should we say? Devon's a great driver and it was a simple misunderstanding. These things happen. I don't care if it feels more speculation. We can't comment on this until we've got to the bottom of it. Tell them we clearly have some problems that we need to address. We expect better from Devon and expect better from our team. Devon's a great driver and it was a simple misunderstanding. These things happen. I'm going to go no comment. At this point, there is just no comment. A lot of teams do it. Right, let's check the news. The case of the missing team order. And of course we get a phone call from, here we go, from Andreo.
You nip this in the bud, Cass. Do you hear me?
Andreo?
Butler, what was that out there today? I will not have a return to last season. We are a team. He cannot be allowed to do just what he wants.
Just calm down. I have it under control.
Oh, this is Devon we're talking about. There is no control. He nearly lost the car, Casper.
But he didn't. You know what it gets like out there. I'm sure there's an explanation.
Or an excuse.
And we'll find out. I'll be raising it at the debrief, okay? So I'll report back to you.
Okay, hang on. Look, I've got to go. I've got Davidoff on the other line.
Of course you have. Enjoy.
Good one, Casper. All right, there we go. So we don't need to read any more about that. You can just pause and read it if you want to do that again as well. The comfort of the armchair. Let's all ease on Butler critique. It is easy to always sit back in the armchair and throw your 2 cents in, isn't it? And we've read that one. Right, socials. Can anyone fill me in what's going on and why has Devon Butler made a habit of ignoring team orders? Well, I think you and I are starting to figure out what's going on there because he thinks he can get away with it. Yeah, okay, it's easy to say. It's easy to say that with the way he is. So he doesn't do himself any favors. Put it that way. Even with a compromised car, Butler still outperforms his teammate. That's it's because we got the objective there, right? And emails. Casper, we've returned full diagnostic check on Devon's car. I won't go into everything here, but it's not quite as bad as we feared. We should be good to go again in no time. Okay. Call me as soon as you get this. We need to discuss the party line with regard to what happened out there today. Okay, that's for Davidoff and Zoe. Saw the race. Hope there's not too much drama to deal with, but then I guess there always is, right? Okay, Zoe Ackerman. That must be Casper's wife, I would say. Environmental consultant, Zoza Consultancy. So Zoe must be Casper's wife, I would assume. Anyway, or could be sister. Who would know? I forget. Next chapter.
Oh, it's a big deal when one of your drivers decides to do their own thing. So I called him out on it at the next team meeting.
And what was Devon's reaction?
Well, he denied the whole thing. You know, blamed it on a comms fade.
Which I thought was strange. The same thing happened the year before when I was principal, and he gave the exact same excuse.
Yep, he definitely did. Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Okay. Imola. Tough track.
Yeah?
You wanted to see me?
There he is.
The classic boss line.
Pin down. Right, I'll cut right to the chase, Devon. Tell me what's happening.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's not just disregarding team orders. Paddock talks. People are saying you've been distracted, that you're ignoring them completely. Now, my job is to make sure the team works smoothly, like clockwork, so I'm just trying to work out what's going on.
I told you, check the comms.
Yeah, the comms are fine, Devon. We checked. What's going on?
Nothing.
Just cut that out. Show me some respect now.
Okay. I heard the order. All right? You happy?
Why ignore it?
I'm feeling it, Cass. The pressure. Paddock gossip these last couple of months.
Oh, come on. You're Devon Butler. You are the paddock gossip.
That's so true. No one's buying it.
You've heard what they're saying, right? You've seen what they're writing. Driving on daddy's money. It's making me second guess myself.
No, it's not.
Okay. We can work through that.
Casper's not buying
Start changing the team narrative.
Absolutely.
But in the meantime, I'd like you to see someone from the medical team.
That's the man.
Just to be sure. I've booked you in for this afternoon.
No, Cass. Look, I've got a race to prep for, okay?
Casper's all over it.
I'm fine.
I get that. That's fine. But I want you to see them straight after the race. Understood?
Good man.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yes! Casper's all over it. If that was an attempt at slamming a door, wasn't very good. It's probably one of those gas ram doors that never slam, so you can slam it, but it goes clip. All right, so family affair. How many butlers is too many? After a disastrous event at the Australian Grand Prix in which Butler seemed to openly ignore a direct order itself, a stark reflection of incident last season. One can only wonder if Connor Sports' overarching problem is one of too many butlers. The Schumachers, the Verstappens, the Rosbergs. Formula One is filled with father and son dynamics. Right, yeah, okay. Behind the scenes, Aiden's humble beginnings. It's not something that I went out of my way to broadcast, but I was still living with my mum when I made the move to F1. All right, a nice little interview there. And Connor Sports, the team that refuses to be straight with us. Okay, you can read that with yourselves later. Okay, and some more socials here. What's Ivor got to say? Reckon Ackerman will be watching Imola hiding behind the sofa today. Connor Sports have to get it right. And interview. Hey, Devon, we know there's a lot of focus on you in the press right now after Melbourne. We're working to stem the tide, but we could arrange an interview for you. Okay, you have a knack for spinning stories. We could use that to our advantage, help making the story go away. Casper, thanks for our chat earlier. I appreciate your honesty. My door is always open. I know you like to deal with things your own terms, but here to help. Just say the word. And just a medical checkup at Casper's request. If you could head over after the race, they'll be ready to see you. And the weather. Latest weather report here looks like should remain dry throughout. We shouldn't have to deal with the high temperatures due to cloud cover. Cool. We can actually view the attachment, can we? Ha, there you go. Right, let's go to the race. Alright, what have we got here? We're racing as Devon again. 7 laps remain. We've just gotten overtaken. Excellent. Good way to start.
Devon, is everything alright?
Fine. Fine. Just leave me to it, yep?
Let's have to finish the race. It's all getting to him. Let's see how the car feels today. Still feels sluggish out of the turn. Getting the power down is really tough. 7 laps to go. We're on the softs. We're 16th. Yuck, this is not good. We just have to finish the race. Jeez, the car feels horrible. Feels worse than what it was at Australia. I wonder if they're trying to reflect that as in, like, that's how Devon is. Wow, we are falling off the car in front.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
I'm not purposely driving slow. I'm trying to drive quick here. We will actually burn some, we'll start trying to use some overtake button going up the hills and out of corners and stuff to see if that helps. Okay. A little bit better through there. Car feels sluggish though, under braking, under turning, everything. A bit of power up the hill. We are gaining a bit of time back. It might just take me a bit to get a groove in. What I might do is I might try and just take a lap to get my head in. I could have been way better through there, that's for sure. Next time I come through that section, I'm just going to
keep an eye on that gap ahead, please.
Really try and focus on it.
Seconds. And the gap behind us is 5.0 seconds.
Okay, good news. We are catching Sargent, I think. Okay, here we go. Oh, I had a bit of a glitch, hitch in the game then. Right, we're within a second of Sergeant, so we'll just avoid using overtake for the moment. I can never get that section right. I'm always really horrible through there. I worry that I'm going to just send the car spinning backwards. Through the flip-flop section back there, the S's were pretty good. Alright, if we can get Sergeant... Actually, we're probably going to get Sergeant. Going down the hill here. Sorry, Sergeant, but you're too slow, buddy. Even for us.
Nice overtake.
Right, Hulkenberg's is next. Let's see if we can get Hulkenberg. We've got 5 laps to get on the back of the Hulk. Even with softs on. Let's have a look at the softs here. The softs are 20% used though.
Currently trailing our teammate by 16.
They're still not too bad though. This is not good for Devon though. After the race win at the start of the season, he seemed to really drop off. Maybe he's right though, maybe it is getting to him a little bit. Even though he does have the hearing issues, it's got to be getting to him. We've seen him down in the dumps a couple of times. Alright, Hulk's up here, we're catching him really nicely now. I've gotten in a bit of a groove too. Always at the start of each race we do here. Oh, I just had a bit of a hitch in the actual game then, so I'm getting a couple of hitches in this race, so I apologise. It's throwing me off a little bit. But always at the start of each race we're doing this breaking point series. It takes me a lap or two just to get orientated and find out how the car's feeling and how much I can push it around the tracks. I hope to be on the back of Hulk by this lap. If we can get up to 14th, that's a little bit more respectable. Choose a bit of overtake.
We're leaving the car behind by 2.
We'll save some overtake for getting up the hill too. Out of the turns might help us. Okay. Oh, wait, cutscene gone. What? Uh-oh, what's about to happen here? That is not a spot you want to be going fuzzy. Oh, this is more than a hearing problem.
Oh, that's not good! Oh no! Devon Butler spins! He's out!
Oh, I just misjudged.
That is more than a hearing problem.
What a mess!
Devon Butler, with that move, is out of the race. He won't want to see that too many times. We want to see him out of the car, though. That's good news.
Big relief there, although he does still look a bit unsteady on his feet, Crofty.
Well, thumbs up to the crowd, but I'd imagine after that, he'll be quite shaken.
Oh, he's not good. How come medical wasn't there to pick him up? And why is Casper in the pits and not out on the pit wall?
Hey.
Yeah, you can't slam those doors. Oh, you can throw that. Oh crap! I kind of feel for him. I got to be honest. This is horrible.
I'm done, Casper. I'm done.
It's okay. It's okay. It was his hearing. He'd been keeping it from us.
What's his hearing?
I think maybe he'd been trying to keep it from himself. I mean, he was at the height of his career. Yeah, what can you say?
How did you feel?
I was devastated. But 5 years in F1. Can't argue with that. I mean, most people never even get the chance, so. And I was still one of the best while I was out there.
I gotta give it to him.
How did you feel when Devon left?
How did I feel?
Let's see, I threw a party, I went on a holiday, we called it a butler cruise. We got 20 butlers to service. Oh my God. No, I actually think no one wants to see, look, as painful as Devon can be, no one wants to see someone go out like that. That's actually, you got to feel for him.
But if we are going to hit our targets, we need another driver, a permanent one, and fast.
But we are mid-season. It's impossible.
So, given the circumstances, do you think you can grant us a bit of leeway on the contract?
I have the projections. If Connorsport doesn't reach 5th place in the Constructors this season, the returns simply aren't worth my time. That was always the deal. And it still is.
But with a little extra time, perhaps we...
Stop! The deal stands. And without Devon driving, there's now little of interest for me beyond the contract. It's just business.
There must be something we can do.
So, legacy is obviously important to you, Davidov. As a father, I totally get that. So if Devon, your son, can't drive, how about your daughter? Why don't we give the seat to Callie?
No. California will not be signed to Connorsport.
Why not? Just think of the commercial opportunities for the team that signs her. Forget legacy. Oh, you'd be making history.
And you'll be giving a phenomenal talent her first break into F1. It's the right thing to do.
That's the history part.
You know she deserves it.
The daughter who took her mother's name to spite me. She'll never say yes.
Why don't you leave that to me?
Contract still stands, Ackerman. 5th place, or I'm out next season.
One problem at a time, eh?
Oh, this story got juicy, but you could kind of see it coming. You could kind of see it coming. And with that, we will catch up next episode and see what happens, gang. Oh, this is getting juicy. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on options you'd take in the chats, in the comments. I mean, the interviews as well, but I hope you've enjoyed today's episode as much as I did making them. I can't wait to record the next episode now. Okay, so that's it for now. Stay safe wherever you are. Stay glued to your screen. Please consider leaving a like, commenting, and subscribe, hey? See you next episode. Stay safe. Get out of here.